welcome to the waxing gibbous phase. This is a time right before the full moon, and you may find that your energy is a little high around this period. So in this practice, we are going to utilize any of that high energy that you may be holding and really ground us down into the earth. So please take a comfortable seat, sitting upright, and we will begin with Samavriti breath, equal breath. Finding length in the spine, pressing your sit bones down into the earth, lifting through the crown of the head, and I invite you to close down through the eyes. As you take your senses inwards, we'll begin with 3 grounding breaths. In through the nose, into the belly, filling up the lungs, feeling the chest expand. And as you exhale, small gap between the lips, creating any sound. 2 more times. Inhale. And release. Inhale. And we'll do 8 rounds of Samavriti breath. I'll guide us through. Inhaling for 4, exhaling for 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 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 4. Last round. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. And gently, as you continue to have your awareness on your breath, inhaling and exhaling through the nose, noticing the expansion of the breath of each inhale, and the simple drawing in of the belly as you exhale. Observing your natural rhythm of breath as you take the mind's eye deeper and deeper into the body, creating inner union, inner peace. And gently from here, bring your hands to heart center, gently bow the forehead, nose down towards the fingertips. And you may use this time to set a mantra or an intention for yourself to carry with you throughout the rest of your day, maybe your evening, or throughout the rest of the week. It may even be a simple word that resonates with you right now. Breathing in on this word, mantra, intention. Exhale to release. From here, place the hands down onto the mat. Bring the hands, palms, fingertips behind the hips. Walk the feet a little wider. Maybe they come off the mat. Press into the palms. Fingertips are facing towards your glutes and lift up through the chest. Feel that expansion against the collarbones as you lift up through the heart space. Start to tilt the nose up towards the ceiling. Draw the tailbone down towards the earth. Press firmly through the heels. Press the knees away from each other. One more breath here, opening up through the heart. And as you exhale, gently tuck the chin into the chest, walk the hands forward, round the upper back as we open into the back body. Bowing the chin down, breathing into the space in between the scapula, the shoulder blades. And slowly as you unravel, you can use your peace fingers here to hook around the big toe. Otherwise you can grab your outer edges of the feet, ankles or shins, and find the bony part on the glutes. So you may need to bring the flesh to the side. You can find the bony part, the sit bones. So we are coming into a balance. Press the toes into the fingertips or the hands, and slowly you may start to straighten the legs. Option is to keep a little bend into the knees. Draw the shoulder blades together. Press the chest forward and lift through the crown of the head. Holding here for 5. 3 more. Gaze is straight ahead. Option is to close your eyes at any time. And slowly start to bring the soles of the feet together for Baddha Konasana, butterfly pose. So we're in seated here, soles of the feet together, knees out to the side. Again with the hands, peace fingers around the toes, edges of the feet, ankles or shins. Rooting down through the tailbone, lifting up through the chest, crown of the head. And let gravity do the work here. Your knees are naturally drawing down towards the mat. You can assist applying a little bit of pressure with the elbows to the inner thighs, maybe a gentle lean forward. And 2 more breaths here. Slowly tuck the chin into the chest, come back to an upright position. As we come onto hands and knees in tabletop. From tabletop, lowering the belly, tilt the nose up and away, moving into cat-cow. As you take your next breath round through the spine, draw the chin into the chest. Waxing Gibbous may be a time where you start to tune into some inner guidance or maybe some slight adjustments that you wish to make on your path. So in cat-cow, listen to your body and make any adjustments that feel good for you here. Getting creative as possible, maybe a gentle twist side to side, gazing over each shoulder, perhaps circling out through the hips, one way and then the other, coming back into a child's pose-like move. Or perhaps the neck wishes to get involved here. Neck and hips at the same time, moving your body listening, asking yourself what feels good right now in this moment. In yoga, every single practice is different. Every single day is different. Our emotions are forever changing. So it's important we show up every day and listen to ourselves. Have patience, have compassion. Meeting yourself wherever it is that you're at right now, trusting that you are where you need to be. From here, slowly start to walk the palms forward. Keep the hips stacked on top of the knees. As we come into melting heart pose, gazes forward as you take the chest towards the floor, perhaps the forehead rest, maybe the nose, maybe the chin. If there's any pinching happening in the shoulders, walk the hands slightly wider apart. The deep shoulder opener here as well as the chest opener, and can be quite intense on the shoulders. Breathing into the space where you feel tension the most. We've got 2 more breaths here. And slowly tuck the chin into the chest, lower the forearms down and ripple forward into a baby cobra. Into a sphinx, sorry. Press the forearms into the floor, lift through the crown of the head, tops of the feet press into the ground, lift up through the chest, broaden through the collarbones. And with the feet, press the pinky edge side of the foot down. And this will help with the lower back, avoiding any compression. You gently draw the navel in towards the spine. And slowly from here, tuck the toes under, lift the knees up off the floor, forearm plank. From forearm plank, you may wish to lower one knee and then the other, gentle taps. 2 more times on each side. And lastly, gently lower both knees down. Start to walk the hands back towards the thighs. Keep the toes tucked under for a toe tuck here. Making sure the pinky toes have come with you. Sometimes they can be left out, so we need to use our hands just to gently scoop them under as we lift up through the chest. You may wish to leave the hands on the thighs or one hand on the heart, one hand on the belly. So you come back to deep breaths in through the nose, sending the breath all the way down to the lower belly. Feeling this area expand, drawing the air up to the chest, traveling up to the crown of the head. As you exhale, feeling your awareness expand. Deep conscious breathing to regulate, rejuvenate the soul, regulate the nervous system. And staying here for 2 more breaths. Exhale to release. Press the hands into the floor. Give yourself yourself a gentle toe tap here as you release into the toes. And as we rise up into a kneeling onto the knees, if this is uncomfortable for the knees, or you're feeling a little bit of pain, or the floor's a little hard, roll up the mat underneath, or if you have a block or a towel nearby, you can place this underneath. A blanket or a towel. As you lift up through the chest, bring your hands to heart center. Feel the tailbone slowly tilt down towards the floor. Belly in, lift up through the chest to avoid that banana back. Want to bring it all in like we're lifting or zipping up through our pants. Bring the palms together. Inhale, open the arms out wide. And as you exhale, right arm comes underneath the left for eagle arms. Palms may come together, backs of the palms may touch, or you can give yourself a hug, bringing fingertips to the back. So inhale, lift the elbows a little higher here. Thumbs may come to the third eye. Breathing into the space in between the shoulder blades. One more breath. As you exhale, unravel the arms. Inhale to open out wide. Exhale, bring the palms together, steeple grip, index and thumbs pointing, and the rest of the fingers interlaced together. Gaze is straight ahead, focusing on something still. And slowly start to lean back, engaging through the quads and the thighs. Taking 5 gentle pulses here as you press the tops of the feet into the mat. 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold, hold, hold. Strengthening through the fronts of the legs and slowly come back up. Inhale, open the arms out wide. This time left elbow wraps underneath, finding the bind, eagle arms. One more breath here. Inhale to open. Exhale, interlace hands together behind the lower back. Inhale, press the heart, lift the heart away from the hips. And as you exhale, you can slowly start to bring crown of the head towards the floor as you lift the arms up and overhead, squeezing the shoulder blades together to help release that tension from the upper back and the neck. Maybe a gentle twist side to side. This feels really good. And slowly start to release, let the hands softly glide down the backs of the legs as you come to all fours, tabletop. From tabletop, keep the bend in the right knee and slowly lift it out to the side in line with the hip. As you exhale, lower, hovering the knee off the floor. Inhale to open. Exhale, lower. 2 more times. Last one, inhale, open the right leg out in line with the hip, flex the toes, and slowly start to shift that leg around to the front, to the outer edge of the right hand, setting up for lizard here. So modified lizard, the back knee stays on the floor. You can press into the toes and lift the back knee, gentle pulse back and forth. Again, making any adjustments here that you need, perhaps opening that front foot out to the pinky edge side, taking some swivels or circles out through the hips, maybe walking walking down onto the forearms for a hold. And 2 more breaths. And slowly start to lower the hand back down, gently shift the hips back, take the toes with you. You can lift up onto the fingertips, squeeze the shoulder blades together, press the heart forward, gaze forward. Half Hanuman. And as you inhale, bend into the front knee, send it back to me, tabletop. So move through to the other side, finding your stability first. Gaze is on the floor, switching the core on. Inhale, left knee lifts. And exhale to lower. You do this 3 more times. Inhale. Inhale to lift. Open the leg out to the side. Straighten through and flex the toes back. And slowly start to bring the leg all the way to the outer edge of the front left hand, setting up the lizard pose here. And this side might feel totally different, so doing whatever it is that you wish on this side. Maybe the knee stays down. Maybe it's more about finding stillness for you today. And then slowly come back, bend into the front knee, lift up onto the fingertips and the front of the hips back, and send the toes back with you. Half Hanuman, half split. Squeeze the shoulder blades together as you feel the tops of the arm bones draw down, gaze forward. And then you can gently tuck the chin into the chest, lengthening through the spine, crown of the head. And slowly bend into the front knee, send it back to me. Press into the palms, the toes, slowly start to lift the hips up and away for your first down dog. Feel the heels travel towards the floor behind. Plug the palms into the floor, fingertips spread apart, making sure you're pressing firmly through the palms so there's no little gaps of air in between the palms and the floor. Letting the head hang heavy between the arms. Lift up through the hips, perhaps a gentle bend into the knees offers a different angle for the hips. Gaze between the hands and slowly start to baby step the feet to meet in a full forward fold at the front of the mat. And you let the upper body hang, perhaps taking a hold of opposite elbows. Gentle sway side to side, belly in towards the spine. You release the hold of the elbows, bend the knees a little deeper, lead with the chest as you sweep the arms out to the side. Slowly come to stand. Exhale, release, hands come down by your side. And take a moment here to feel your feet, the soles of your feet pressing down into the mat. The mat is pressing down into the floor beneath you, the earth. And taking these next few breaths to be an opportunity to check in with your physical body, your mental body, and your spiritual body. Listening to each of these bodies, feeling them work in harmony, in union as we move through our yoga practice. And this next inhale, we're sweeping the arms in front, lowering the hips down, gentle bend into the knees for Utkatasana, chair pose. Send the thumbs to the back of the room. Gaze is straight ahead. Bring the palms together. Exhale to lower forward fold. Inhale, fingertips to the floor, crown of the head forward. Lift halfway. Exhale, fold, step one leg back, then the other to plank. From plank, option is to lower the knees. You can bend into the elbows, allowing enough space for the chest to come all the way to the floor. Tops of the feet press into the ground, lift through the chest. Squeeze the shoulder blades together, gentle tuck of the chin in towards the chest to keep the back of the neck long. And grip the palms into the floor like you're drawing them back towards the chest. Exhale to lower toes, tuck under, knees, down dog. Staying here for 5 breaths. Coming back to self-trust. Feeling any high scattered energy leave our body. Any energy that is not serving you to your highest good. So you're simply grounding down, tuning into our normal state of peace. You gaze between the hands, hopping, stepping or walking into meet full forward fold. Bend into the knees, lower the hips, sweep the arms in front, chair pose. Inhale as we come to stand, exhale, release, hands come down by our side. We'll do this 2 more times. Inhale, bend the knees, lift the arms up overhead, chair pose. Palms together, exhale, lower down. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale to fold, step or jump back to plank. And from plank, take your chaturanga here. Option is to hover the chest and thighs up off the floor, coming into up dog. Up dog, down dog. In our down dog, cross the right ankle over the left. Press the heels away, press the chest towards the thighs. Gentle stretch here through the IT bands, the muscles down that travel down the sides of the glutes. Gently uncross, walk out through the heels, gaze between the hands, hop, step or jump to meet. Full forward fold. Bend into the knees, sweep the arms up, chair pose. Inhale to stand. Exhale, arms come down by our side. Last one, inhale. Exhale to float down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step or hop back to plank, chaturanga. Up dog, finding your flow here. Down dog. And down dog, cross left ankle over the right. And sink through the hips and lower the chest back towards the thighs. Gently uncross, walk out if you wish. Gaze between the hands, hop, step or walk into meet forward fold. So you bend through the knees, sweep up with the arms, lower the hips, holding here for 3. Curl the tailbone under, lift up through the chest. Engage through the thighs. So you inhale, lift. Hands come down. And from here we're coming into balance, Garudasana, eagle pose. So here, finding your gaze on something still in front that you can focus on, that you can repeat the mantra, I am balanced. And we are going to ground down through our left leg, soften through the knees. Bring the right knee up and in towards the chest and slowly start to find your bind. So option here is to bring the right knee across, toes pressing into the floor for some support. You can lift the leg a little higher, bend into the knees, maybe wrap the toes around the back of the shin. If this is not too comfortable for you, you can have them resting towards the side. Arms out can be here for balance or wrapping into eagle arms, right arm underneath, right elbow underneath. Lift the elbows a little higher here. Finding that gaze on something still. For an extra challenge, you can close the eyes. So you lift the elbows a little more. Option is to come into sleeping eagle, where we fold forward, elbows towards the knees. Squeezing the thighs into one another. And gently, if you're in sleeping eagle, come back to stand. Slowly unravel the arms, unravel the legs, squeeze the right knee up and in towards the chest and lower down. Walking out through the heels, the legs. Give yourself a little shake. So move through to the other side. Soften through the knees, lift the left knee up and in, and finding your bind here in your own time. Left elbow underneath. Sleeping eagle if you like. And notice the difference on this side. Does it feel completely different? Noticing without judgment, just observations of what your body is doing today, how it feels today. Eagle representing that in life, sometimes we have to make ourselves smaller, or we feel like we are making ourselves smaller than we are. Then on the other side, there's always reward, that expansion, as we continue to grow, to open into our freedom and to our infinite potential that we are. And gently lower, give yourself a shake. Inhale, reach the arms up overhead. Exhale to lower. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen through the crown of the head. So you exhale, walk the feet a little wider and bring the hips all the way down to the floor. Legs out nice and long in front. Bend into the left knee, sole of the foot. Comes to the inner edge of the right thigh as you extend the right leg out to the side. Right hand wraps around the side of the left waist or the left hip crease. Inhale, left arm comes up and overhead, and take a lean over towards the right toes. Flex the right toes back towards the shin. And gazes up. You can tuck the chin in towards the left armpit, finding that length through the whole side body on the left hand side. 3 more breaths here as we start to cool down. And slowly unravel to lift just through to the other side. This time, left hand wraps around to that inner hip crease, right arm reaches up and over. Inhale to slowly lift. Bring the feet out nice and long. Plant the soles of the feet on the floor. Lift up through the chest. Squeeze the chest towards the thighs. Exhale, round the chin down and start to roll down onto the floor. Keeping the chin tucked in towards the chest. Head is to come down last, vertebrae by vertebrae, unraveling and gently touching the floor. Bring the heels a little closer towards the glutes here. As you press into the heels and start to lift the hips up and away for bridge pose. Engage through the thighs. Holding here for 5. Listening to your breath. Exhale, slowly unravel down. Bring the arms out wide in line with the shoulders, palms facing up. Knees in towards the chest and lower towards either side, whichever side you wish to go first. And take your gaze opposite way to the knees for a spinal twist. Option is to cross the top leg over the bottom for a deeper twist. Breathing into the side of the rib cage that's exposed. You're wringing out the spine, nurturing yourself, coming home to your heart space. Knowing you are worthy, you are whole. That you are loved, that you are needed here. And that you are doing the best that you can. So you inhale, slowly cinch in the muscles of the waist. Bring the knees back to center to unravel and swap through to the other side. And seeing how simple you can make this moment right now. Knowing there's nothing more to add. You can just be as you are, breathing into this moment. Meeting wherever you are right now with a sense of grace and compassion. Slowly bring the knees together to unravel. Hug both in towards the chest. Feeling the lower spine press into the floor, gentle rock. Side to side, maybe point and flex through the toes or rolling out through the ankles. And slowly extend the legs out long. Inhale to reach the arms up overhead. Nice deep breath in, expanding through the lungs as if your body was a big pair of lungs right now, filling yourself up with oxygen. Exhale, release. Allowing yourself to set up for Shavasana, taking up as much space as you need. letting the arms come out to the side, the feet naturally flop to the sides. As you set up for these next few moments of silence to be dedicated to you, to reset, to restore, to recalibrate, and to come home to all that you are. To allow, to accept, and to be. You may wish to thank the earth beneath you for supporting you. Thanking Mother Earth for grounding us, for holding us, for guiding us through. As well as thanking Father Sky, Grandmother Moon, for showing us the way. For always letting us know that we are never alone. You may wish to stay wherever it is that you are. If you're feeling complete and want to come with me, you may start to bring some awareness back to the physical body. And wriggling the toes and the fingertips. And deepening the breath. Perhaps rolling onto either side, whichever side you prefer. And with the help of your hands, gently making your way up to a comfortable seat. And once you've arrived, bring your palms together at heart center. So take a moment here to come back to the word, mantra, or intention that you set for yourself at the beginning. Bringing this to the forefront of the mind, breathing in on this, feeling how it feels inside as you breathe it in. As you exhale, expelling what no longer serves you, what is no longer yours to hold. You're using this time to really release that from you now. So we leave the hands at heart center for clarity of intent. Place the hands in front of the lips for clarity of speech. And hands in front of the third eye, the space in between the brows, for clarity of thought. As we gently lower hands back to heart center, honor those before us who have passed on their wisdom and knowledge. And taking a moment to really honor yourself for taking this time out of your day to practice. Bowing the forehead down. And together we say, Namaste. Thank you so much and have a beautiful waxing gibbous phase.